One sec. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Give me a smile, Jeff. There you go. Jeff, Zach, thanks for joining me.
Hey,
Hey,
Steve.
Steve.
Hey, we are talking about Manhattan office space, and it is still having some challenges, but also showing some signs of rebounding. Class A buildings, those built since 2000, they do have a lower than average availability rate at 13%. The amount of empty space in Midtown is coming down from recent peaks, particularly in the Plaza district. Um, Asking rents in Hudson Yard, Greenwich Village, Chelsea are above pre-pandemic averages in the second quarter, although the downtown isn't faring quite as well, with emptier offices than the city average and falling rents. One of the things that seems to be getting in the way is there's still a lot of supply coming online in Manhattan of the newer Class A type buildings that folks prefer. But some of your thoughts as we're seeing some positive signs out of New York while still some challenges for the office space.
I mean, I probably would start by saying I think that this is probably always going to be expected. During the pandemic, you had a lot of Wall Street companies moving off Wall Street, moving south, either to places like Texas, Florida, Georgia, for that matter, and some of the other areas. I think it was always going to be kind of a slow road. I'm not sure if it'd ever really catch back up, but you're talking about large footprints in an area that you may not have as many companies that can fill that large footprint. I think the article said something like 42 million square feet. It's a that's a heavy slog to fill.
Yeah, that was an
So I,
additional 42.8 million square feet of office space since March 2020. And I think almost two-thirds of Manhattan's total office stock is Class A. So Manhattan is definitely a little bit of a unique market in terms of the amount of Class A product there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was I
absolutely.
would say those rebounding factors too. I think what you're seeing is you might be seeing higher rents to offset the higher costs. So you're getting a better economic occupancy than physical occupancy, which could be driving what is, quote unquote rebound. But I mean, when you're talking about the high level of square footage, that's not only come online, but also does exist there. I'm not sure that the worst is over yet. I think you do have a big supply problem still in Manhattan.
Yeah, I'd also add to it as well. Your definition of Class A is different than your definition of Class A, in other areas, other markets.
Hmm.
So some of these tenants who were in quote unquote Class A markets or Class A buildings, I'm sorry, to move to different areas like Miami. They're finding a whole different quality of Class A.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we're still seeing the kind of market sort itself out post-COVID, and post-COVID is, yeah, sure, some of it's about the remote work trend, but some of it's, as you guys are pointing out, are migration trends. People and workers relocating to some cases the suburbs, some cases other cities. And we've also talked about the social policy issues where we're cities that have experienced higher crime rates and less positive social environments have maybe seen more outbound migration towards those areas that are, looked upon as, better to live in. And certainly there was huge stories in the news about, some folks relocating from New York City to Miami. I enjoyed the article, I think it was in the Wall Street Journal, talking about how not only some billionaires relocating, but they are taking their maitre d's and their concierges, um, and the rest of their support staff with them to Miami, which I know is making things a little difficult for Miami folks to now sometimes find places to live or whatnot.
Well, I
Right.
mean, you actually kind of hit something else. Project that we're currently working on has a massive influx because there's a lot of jobs, both blue collar and white collar jobs that are moving to the area. And so it kind of seems that people who are living in areas like New York are potentially and have, if they haven't already, are looking at moving because there's better jobs elsewhere with better properties to live in, better lifestyles as well, which is kind of the whole point of some of those other people moving from New York City to Miami with their maitre d's.
Excellent, guys. Appreciate the insights. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe if you haven't, and jump on our website, selectfincap.com, to register for exclusive real estate investment opportunities. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve.